I'm Brad.
I'm Brad.
I'm Paul.
I'm Phil, and your neighbors hate you.
So, this week we have a special edition to the Beer Friend Review. We are drinking Brooklyn Dark Matter in remembrance of the Dark Matter release party that the Beer Friends attended.
Realistically, if we don't have an image of we should just put up Red Matter instead.
Alright, so what do we think about it?
It's been sitting, so it's pretty warm now.
But it's so good.
It is really
It
good.
actually kind of makes it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get some background on it. It's kind of a unique, random collection of casks that it's actually aged in. They don't release which brews are actually aged in which casks, but there is a mixture, and fill it in if I'm wrong, of just oak, bourbon, and whiskey, and some that have done all three. Was there any wines?
No, there weren't wine. No wines, but they did use Manhattan Project casks as well.
Manhattan Project, another
which
great
is even
beer.
a rarer beer from them. And there was another one that I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Rye.
Yeah, rye.
That's right.
Yes.
The reason rye.
I mean, so these have been aged in who knows what, and there are some casks that have just been passed down and aged several different things, whether it be rye whiskey, bourbon, beer, you know. So I mean, you get a flavor profile on this that is just awesome.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and in bringing this up, we've gone through this a little bit. We did Cape Cod's bourbon aged red, and then there was Schlafly's Imperial Stout, which was aged in Jim Beam bourbon cask or whatever it was. And then there's been a few others. Even I still haven't got my hands on the Stone yet. I'm still trying to do this the Bourbon Arrogant Bastard, but this one is the one, and being the brown ale or the strong ale, or the base of it being Brooklyn Brown, really just takes out that sharpness from the whiskey or from anything else, and just allows the sweetness to come through. It really is able to. It makes it a lot smoother, and I really enjoy it.
Well, and that's one of the things that I was very surprised about this beer. For me, is that I abhor hard alcohol. I mean, anything. Bourbon, whiskey, vodka, whatever. I mean, it's just I can't.
Straight beer, man.
Yeah, straight beer. That's it. Because I don't like the taste of the actual alcohol. And this is like, because like I've had bourbon a couple of times before, and it was always the bourbon taste was great. It was the alcohol taste afterwards, like the rubbing alcohol taste that like when you smell it, that's what always turns me off for hard alcohol. And this gets the bourbon taste without any of that, with the kind of with that brown ale that's thrown in on the side of it. It's just awesome.
I mean, I love whiskey. I drink a lot, and I love the taste of bourbon. It's very sweet. So, you know, getting into the whiskeys are very sweet, and this gives you that sweetness, but is able to cover it up, and I like that a lot.
Well, I mean, it makes this beer makes a lot of sense when you put it like that. That with the ingredients of taking a barley with the malts and the darker malts for it, kind of doing it in a whiskey or a bourbon barrel just makes sense when you think about the ingredients that are going into it, and it obviously lends to very complementary flavors.
Yeah.
This
This is another one from our Brewing for Brewing's Sake series, where it's just
right.
like, I enjoy my job. I enjoy brewing beer. This is what I'm going to do. And we were fortunate to have a talk with Garrett Oliver about the Manhattan Project and how he was just like, he was having a Manhattan during one night hanging out with friends, smoking cigars and around a fire, and he's like, I bet I can make a beer like this.
Right. Yeah. It's like I'm gonna make a beer that tastes like a Manhattan.
And this was a slight offshoot of it. They had like a little bit that they think they kind of messed up on, and they didn't know what they were going to do with it. So they went on with the Manhattan Project because I mean we were fortunate enough to get this whole story at Arcade, and then they came back and looked at the Dark Matter. And then it's certainly not something that they're going to put in six packs. They're not going to release it to the masses.
Not right away. Anyway.
They're just going to be like, this is something that we want to do because we love it and we want to find a really awesome beer that we can get people excited about and have private release parties, and like most of the employees on this private party were pulling tabs. It's not like they do this they do this because they love it. And this is like another one in the series where it's just like awesome. It's another one of those Cape Cod beers where it's just like the one barrel, do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it because we love what we do.
Yeah. Right. Let's see what it tastes like. It was excellent. Definitely. And being a big fan of brown ales, this has been one of it's just experimental. We've talked about Dogfish Head doing experimental stuff mostly, the stuff you find from them. This is just...
This definitely made it in the conversation. So, Brooklyn, you're doing an awesome job.
Especially with this one.
Cheers.
Definitely
Good
drink
job.
it if you
There's
find it.
another.
Yeah, more beer.
To Brooklyn Dark
beer.
Matter.